Hi guys, it's Mama Jojon. Baby Fun Charlotte is behind me. I'm sure she's going to be over here eventually because she loves being on camera. I also I love how much of a debt payoff life I'm living right now that I have my TV sitting on a chair because I can't afford a TV stand. So if you're new to this channel, I am a single mom. I started out $20,000 in debt and I'm trying to pay that debt off as fast as I can on not very much of an income. So today I wanted to talk about the Dave Ramsey plan because that is the plan that I'm loosely following. You can learn all kinds of things about the Dave Ramsey plan all over YouTube. If you're familiar with the debt-free community, I'm sure you've seen videos on that. If not, just search it. There are so many awesome YouTubers out there who will tell you a lot more about it. But today I wanted to talk about how I personally alter that plan to fit into my lifestyle. She loves PBS. I love PBS because I don't pay for cable or Netflix or anything like that. I just have an antenna and PBS Kids is so amazing. So that is not part of this Dave Ramsey explanation, but we need to talk about it. Oh, I got little hands all of a sudden. Where are you? Distracted with the TV again. Okay. I have quite a few different debts that I'm paying off right now. They include a credit card, a personal business loan, a car lease, my cell phone, a Smile Direct Club loan for my teeth, a loan from my father, and there's one other. What's the other? Oh, a furniture loan. So some of these are concurring interest and some aren't. In a way, I'm still doing the debt snowball, but I'm attacking the interest concurring loans first. So the only two loans that are concurring interest right now are, well, aside from my car lease, but we'll get to that in a minute. The only two loans that are concurring interest are my personal business loan and my credit card. So I am doing the debt snowball just for those two right now is what I'm focusing on. So I'm paying off the lowest of those first, not the lowest interest, but just the lowest of those, which is my credit card. And then I'll move on to my personal business loan. Then I want to move on to the loans that will eventually be concurring interest. And the only loan for that is my furniture loan. And I want to tackle that really hard before the interest starts concurring. The loan after that I want to tackle is the loan from my father, which is $4,700 right now. I did pay a little bit of it down. It started out at $500, but I want to pay that off next and just get that out of the way before I start worrying about my other things. So by that point, I only have like 7 more payments on my Smile Direct Club, so that'll be wiped out anyways. And that's a minimum payment of $100 a month. I'm just going to continue paying the minimum payment on that. I'm not snowballing that. I just want that paid off. I'm going to let that pay off slowly over the next 7 months while I focus on the interest concurring loans, the furniture loan, and the loan to my dad. When I talk about paying off debt and my debt snowball, to me, there are only 4 main loans in that right now. The credit card, the personal loan, the loan to my dad, and my furniture loan. Those are the only 4 loans I'm focusing on, which means my Smile Direct Club, as I already mentioned, is not super important right now. My cell phone, I'm not even worrying about right now. And my car lease, I'm not worrying about right now. Car leases are a big thing for Dave Ramsey that he is not about. He tells you to get out of it as soon as you can, just get a junker car, and I understand that. If I was a single person, absolutely, I would be doing that. But I have this little kid, and the closest relative I have that could help me is 3 hours away in case of an emergency. If I'm stranded on the side of the road, and I'm in the north where it's like crazy cold, if I'm stranded on the side of the road with my kiddo, I'm in trouble. So driving an old junker car makes me extremely nervous, and it's just not a risk I'm willing to take right now with a child this young. So I am keeping my lease. It is a relatively low payment. It's around $250 a month. It's a super reliable car. I like the car, it drives well, and it just gives me that intense peace of mind. Plus, I can put that to the side and I'll focus on that once I get the rest of these loans paid off. After those loans are paid off, absolutely, I'm going to tackle that car issue. I'm going to figure out a way that I can get into a more affordable car or pay off the lease entirely, whatever makes more sense at that point in time. But right now I have so many other debts that I'm drowning in, I want those debts taken care of. Then I'll focus on the car. Essentially, with my debt snowball, I'm paying my interest concurring loans, small to large, so just like you would with a snowball. Then I'm moving on to my non-interest loans, paying those small to large, just like you would with a debt snowball. There's a few little loans that I'm not worrying about right now, like the Smile Direct Club and the cell phone. Just little things that are being paid each month, but those aren't huge chunks of change that are coming out of my bank account that I really just want to eliminate. So we're focusing on the ones that are over $100 a month payment that I would just want to get tackled and be done with. And the other big change that I made to the Dave Ramsey plan is that I have my $1,000 emergency fund set up, but I continue to put $100 a month aside into my emergency fund. And that has already paid for itself because I had to take out my emergency fund to pay my taxes this last month. So I had $500 that I owed to taxes, but I had $1,500 saved in my emergency fund. So right now I still have my $1,000 in my emergency fund. I can build that $500 back up, just paying $100 slowly each month. And I don't have to worry about going back and reattacking my emergency fund. I can continue putting most of my money towards debt and just slowly putting money aside to that emergency fund for when an emergency does happen. So I think that was a smart move on my part. I'm glad that I did that, and it actually worked out really well for me. For some people, it might not work out. You want to pay off that debt as fast as possible. I understand that. Totally. Go for that. But for me, having that just additional small bumper each month being put aside into my emergency fund has worked out really well for me. Overall, I think the Dave Ramsey plan is awesome. If I could stick to it as gung-ho as some people do, I would be super proud of myself. But there are just a couple little tweaks that I had to make and some things that just for me made more sense. I think Dave Ramsey, though, his goal, I mean, he is like kind of a control freak when you listen to him. He wants everyone to do it his way. But I think if you take the plan and you really adapt it to your lifestyle, you're going to stay more motivated if you really figure out the way that it's going to work for you. Because at the end of the day, your debt-free journey is not about appeasing Dave Ramsey and doing exactly what he says, but rather about getting out of debt and staying motivated and keeping yourself inspired to make those payments each month, live on a budget each month, live within your means, and really create a lifestyle that's going to benefit yourself in the long run. So that is what I am attempting to do with these changes that I have made. I'd love to hear about your changes. Are there any changes that you've made to the Dave Ramsey plan if you're paying off debt right now? These are my changes. So hopefully that's made a few things make a little more sense on why I'm paying off things the way I am in my budget each month. So as always, thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.